Today we're honoring the 2022 Aurora Humanitarians. These are extraordinary people who fearlessly risk their lives and freedom every day for the sake of others. It is the ultimate sacrifice, and it's also the ultimate testament to their humanity. When faced with a daunting challenge, they made an incredibly difficult choice. Many of them that we've met over the years actually told us it wasn't a choice at all. It was what they thought they were supposed to do. But what they did do is to choose to help those in need, prioritizing others above themselves. This is the right choice, and they continue making that choice every day, however high the price might be. Compelled by their sense of justice and compassion, they remain committed to helping and protecting those who need it the most. A bit more than 100 years ago, Armenians went through the traumatic experience of a genocide. Much has been said about the perpetrators of that terrible tragedy and their victims. But what gets lost in all of that attention is that at this very same moment as these crimes were perpetrated, there were born survivors and saviors. Those who survived mass atrocities are invisible heroes in their own right, for it's their resilience, their courage, their perseverance that lay the foundations for their defendants, many of us in this room today. By continuing to live their life, they challenge those who try to destroy them. They push back by surviving and eventually thriving. The second chance at life that survivors experience is often the result, however, of a person who steps into the breach of that moment and acts as a savior. I believe that there are painful parallels between the issues that the 2022 humanitarians deal with, these atrocities, human rights violations, and conflicts, and what happened 100 years ago to many of our ancestors. I think it's safe to say that many of us here, if not all, can trace our roots back to some strong-willed people who faced these types of challenges, yet didn't break under the weight of circumstances. We know this struggle from a personal experience and from the many family stories we grew up with. The Aurora Initiative aims to lift up the people who risk everything in these worst crises, our saviors, ensuring their work receives our full attention and support. This is the kind of heroism that the 2022 Aurora Humanitarians you will hear about today are celebrated for. Their true impact stretches far beyond those they help directly, but they inspire the world. Indifference to the suffering of others is inexcusable. Some consider it a crime. And Aurora aims to create a movement of those compelled to act, of those who reject indifference. We do this by raising awareness while also providing support to the most overlooked crises in the world and the courageous people fighting to impact them. One of the deliberate choices in designing Aurora was to broaden our focus beyond just a singular issue, beyond just one country or one challenge. We receive every year hundreds of worthy nominations that tell a story that's truly incredible to experience, and we invite to this event and for the rest of the duration of Aurora the participation of those who have lived that experience so that they could enrich the lives of others. At the same time, we're also increasingly doing more to create connections between people who are devoted to humanitarianism and to human rights. We're building an active community that we believe will continue transcending borders and uniting like-minded individuals across the globe for the betterment of humanity. The Aurora Humanitarians are a source of inspiration for us all. They are the ones making history. The world must not remember the names of the perpetrators, but of the survivors and their saviors. And Aurora is here to help make that happen. Thank you.